Buddy, good boy. Buddy the cockapoo. Flipping heck. Jumping, he's not a jumper, he's obsessive. He's an absolute wired. And you mate, you're absolutely wired because you've got an interaction by jumping. So all you do is just put your paws up, you climb up people until you get what you want. Okay, now Google or the rule book says, well, just turn around and walk off. Just turn around and walk off. But look what happens when you try and do that. Yeah? Look what happens when you try and do that. Just turn around and walk off. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right? Look how crazy this cockapoo is. It doesn't work because we're not interfering or breaking the habit. And I keep banging on about it and going on about it. If I give this crazy little cockapoo a job to do, it's going to stop him from doing this to give him something else to think about. But more importantly, we are making the not jumping or being a fool or being a clown or being absolutely crazy better than jumping. Because if he doesn't jump, guess what he's going to get? He's going to get a reward. Okay, so clearly walking away is not helping. It's pointless, doesn't do it. I don't know why people say it because it's rubbish. Now, we need to start handling this little chap. He's desperate to be engaged with us. He's desperate to be with us. He's desperate to have an interaction with it, which I haven't given to him yet, okay? Because I wanted to prove the point. Oh, now he's biting my arm. Flipping it. Look at you. Look at this. Crikey. Nibbling away at my hands and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely crazy. Look at it. Look, pulling on my jumper. Determined to get attention, all right? Determined. And this is the cocker, not the poo, all right? Cocker's very, very well known for it, attention-seeking behaviour, appeasement behaviour and all that kind of jazz, all right? But look how severe and the lengths that he will go to have an interaction with me, all right? And he's going to get one. However, good, sit. He's got to earn it, all right? Now we're handling this little dog, all right? Sit. Good. Building up the patience, building up the time that he's not jumping and that he is focused and engaged on us by giving him a job to do. Buddy, sit there. Good. Lower than the head, taking away the temptation of him wanting to jump. Sit there. Good. Eye contact, communicating with him all the time that he is not thinking. Sit. Reward, okay? Teaching and talking at the same time here. He jumped. So what I've done there is I've told him off with a vocal tone. Sit. Now, I have to wait a period of time because what I don't want to subconsciously teach him, good lad, is jumping gets me rewarded, okay? So if it's all about timing this, if he is jumping, sit. Do something to stop the jumping, but then wait a period of time. Good lad. So that we are completely allowing him time. Sit. Waiting, building up the time. I do not want him to associate the connection with jumping gets me a reward. Okay? So we've got to keep that timing separate. Good. Sit. Now we're at the stage, because he is so bad, if I turn around and walk off, this is what happens. Yeah? If I turn away and walk off, he's up here. He's right at my backside, okay? So we've got to take it back further. We've got to go back more to the basics. Sit. And we've got to teach this little dog sitting and not jumping is better than jumping. Just by teaching him, sit, at. If my backside is on the floor, it's better than if it's not. Once he's got, sit. Once he's got this, and you can see how bad it is, once he's got this, we can then start putting distance between us and him. But if I take a step back, buddy, sit. If I take a step, sit. I'm not good. I'm not going to ask you again. Because if I keep talking to him, it's going to devalue the power of my voice. and turn into a white noise where he's just completely oblivious. Okay, putting a hand gesture in now, something for him to look at. Sit. You see how we've got to start this off, because if I give him space like that, he's just going to jump into it. Yeah, if I give him space, he's just going to follow me around the garden, jumping. Okay, so I've got to control the space between me and him. Sit. I've got to control this space by not allowing him to have it. If he has it, he's just going to jump into it. Stay there. Good. Sit. Good. Good. Lower than the head. Do not want to give him any reason to think about jumping. Okay. Yes, we could put a lead on him. Yes, we could use a lead as a restraint. Sit. But I want him to learn without any restraint at all. Good. And we just build it up. See, I'm stepping back, stepping into him. Good. Controlling the distance between me and him. As long as he's sat there doing nothing and not jumping, he's going to get reward. Hand up just to give him something to look at. Sit. Here. Sit. Sit. Good. Always returning to him. Good. Well done. Good boy. I'm just going to call him to me. Sit. Sit. You know how to sit. I'm not going to ask you again. Sit. Good. Buddy. Sit. Good. So now we're introducing the moving towards us. Sit. Buddy. Sit. Good. Because it's that moving towards us. It's not on the floor, mate. I've still got it in my pocket. Yeah. Sit. Because it's that moving towards us is the habit. Run to a human. As soon as you get there, launch at them. Sit. Good. Putting some distance into it now. Come on, mate. Sit. Good. There you go. So we've cut into that habit, sit, of returning jumping with returning sit. You can see how slowly you have to do it. Come. Sit. Good. Good. So some are easier than others. Some are worse than others. Stay there. You've got to work with the dog that's in front of you. Come on. Sit. Work with the dog that's in front of you, and with him, I'll hand feed his daily allowance. We will do this for his breakfast, lunch and dinner. Not all of it, obviously, because you'll be there for 4 hours, but a proportion, a third, quarter of his daily sit of his daily allowance of food, we're going to get to use it to train him. Sit. Stay there. Come. Sit. Good. Good boy. Little buddy, the very first steps of a nightmare jumping dog. Sit. Look, absolutely soaked, mate. Yep, look at me. Yeah, that's why I wear shorts and a scruffy old camo top, because of you. Thanks, mate. Sit. Good boy. Good boy.